Hello, my farmer friends. I am releasing a new thing called Farm Marketing School. This is my monthly membership for farmers to help you learn the ropes of farm marketing and build out some of your marketing assets. Today's podcast, I'm going to talk to you about what it is and how it might help you. So if you're curious, stay tuned. Let's get started. Hey there, this is Corinna Bench, and welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast. In today's market, it's not enough to just grow your product. You've got to know how to sell it too. Welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast, where we reveal online marketing strategies and tips to help farmers like you get better and more confident at marketing. Learn how to find more customers, increase your sales, and build a strong brand for your farm. Let's start the show. Welcome to episode 237 of the My Digital Farmer podcast. I am your host, Corinna Bench, one of the farmers at Shared Legacy Farms out in Elmore, Ohio. I'm also the founder of MyDigitalFarmer.com, which is all about trying to help other farmers like you get more confident and proficient in your marketing and sales strategies so that you can grow a profitable business. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the show. A big shout out to all of my regular listeners. And if you're new to the show, I'm really glad you're here today. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast and go check out some of my back episodes. There is so much good stuff in the archives. I always tell people if you're really new to the marketing space to check out the first 10 episodes because I did design them long ago with the intent for when new people come in to the show to be able to go there and listen and kind of get an overall overview of how marketing works for farms. But I also encourage you to get onto my email list because when you do, I'm going to subscribe you to like a 3-month long, essentially like crash course in farm marketing. Every week you're going to get a new tip from me or a resource or a freebie, or I'm going to tell you something you need to know or a principle. And it's really going to walk you through the stuff that you need to know to get better at marketing. So to get onto that list, go to mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. That's mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. Easy to remember, really, really great stuff. Today's podcast is sponsored by my friends at LocalLine. It's official. LocalLine has launched their new and highly anticipated subscriptions feature. Now, creating subscriptions for your customers has never been easier. Subscriptions allow your farm to turn one-time orders into recurring revenue. Use LocalLine's subscription feature to run your CSA or increase your cash flow and increase customer loyalty. Subscriptions is very flexible. You can add, edit, and cancel subscriptions at any time in your back office and allow customers to manage their settings and add one-off purchases to their orders. You can also offer different subscriptions for different customers, like a standing order for chefs and a CSA box for CSA members. LocalLine's subscriptions feature also supports variable weight products like meat and seafood, so you can offer subscription products to all your customers, no matter what you sell. In addition to all of that, LocalLine subscriptions is very affordable. You can add it to your LocalLine account for just $25 a month. Now, for podcast listeners of the My Digital Farmer podcast, LocalLine is offering a free premium feature for an entire year when you sign up using my coupon code, mDF 2023. That includes subscriptions. So why not try it out today? I love LocalLine. Head to mydigitalfarmer.com/localline and be sure to use my coupon code mDF 2023 to get that free premium feature for one whole year. For more information, check out the link in the show notes. And now back to the show. As you take a look at your farm business right now and do a quick assessment, what's working well for you? Like, what do you have dialed in? And then what is it that isn't working so well for you? Where are the problems? Where are the issues? What's that thing that you know you should be doing, but you haven't done it yet, or you haven't figured out how to solve that yet? Every single business probably has an answer to both of those questions. Even my business, you might look at me and be like, oh, she's got it all figured out. She's got her CSA almost sold out, and she's teaching people about marketing. She must be really good at everything. And I also can answer those two questions for my own business. There are things that I do really, really well, but there are also some things that I still need to improve and optimize and frankly, figure out. And this time of year, when we move into the fall, is when I love to kind of take a breath, take a pause. I do take some time off, but then I usually have one or two projects, larger projects, that I've put off until this time of year to really focus on and try to shore up and get better. This has been my practice for the last 7 or 8 years, that in the off season, I work on one or two assets for my business and really try to build those up strong. And my mantra has always been slow and steady wins the race, that when I build my business, I build each little small piece in the machine, one by one, and eventually most of them are there and they start whirring and clicking and the machine works. But I still have little cogs and gears that I'm trying to dial in. And it's interesting because when I was doing my discovery calls a couple of months ago with farmers who were interested in joining Accelerator, which is my small group coaching program, my mastermind, one of the questions I was asking them was just trying to figure out, like, where do you need help in your business? Like, what's going on inside of there? And they would talk through their current sales funnel process with me. And I would hear all kinds of different angles and responses. And I wonder if you can resonate with any of these. I'm going to just go through a quick list here, but these are things that I would call challenges in your business or in your marketing funnel. So for example, I would hear people say, I need to get people to stop just looking at my products, but actually buying them. Or I wish I could get customers to spend more. So they're buying stuff, but they're not buying enough. Or I don't have an email list at all. I haven't even started collecting one. Some of the farmers said, well, I do have an email list. I have several hundred people or even 1,000 people, but I'm not really sending emails to them, or I'm doing it very inconsistently. Some of them were saying I'm not making enough money. And then I would ask, well, are you making offers? And then there would be a question of, well, I don't want to come off as salesy and I don't want to barrage people with, a request to buy stuff. And so I don't make those offers as often maybe as I could. Some people would say, I'm not showing up on Google. People don't know that I exist. My website sucks. I don't have a promotion plan, or the way that I go about pitching things is very random and when I think of it, but there isn't necessarily a thought out plan. And some people would say, oh, I want to come into Accelerator because I want to build my email nurture sequence. Like I've heard you talk about that and that's really intriguing, but I've never figured out how to do it, or I haven't made the time. And some people just were saying, I'm not making enough money, and it might have been because they're just not charging enough, or they don't know their numbers, right? So many different things were coming up in these calls, and it was so insightful. I love talking to farmers because I do see patterns. And as I was reflecting on these different calls, maybe some of those responses that I just shared were resonating with you. But as I was reflecting on them, I thought, you know what? These are all examples of a sales funnel that isn't functioning somewhere. Like these are all manifestations of a broken sales funnel. And I like to talk about a sales funnel kind of like a giant network of pipes. So I'm a farmer that runs a vegetable farm, and we have a huge well, and we feed water to the far reaches of our property using pipes. And if there's something broken in the pipe, if a pipe is plugged or there's a leak, the pressure is off, then we're not going to be able to get water all the way to the end of the line. And that's how a sales funnel works. There are different stages in the process, and these different pipes each have a function. They're carrying the customer to the next level and to the next level and to the next level until they graduate and become that super promoter at the very end of the irrigation line. And we need to make sure that we've got all the pipes in place. And so this is one of the reasons I love to talk with farmers about their unique situation, because it's fun to try and figure out what is the piece that's missing here. Where's the hole in the pipe? Where's the pipe need to be fixed? Because in some cases, you might have a lot of the pieces of your marketing machine in place, but there's one piece in the middle that's not working. And so everything is just spilling out there. So I want to help you identify where your holes are in your sales funnel. I want to teach you the marketing fundamentals so that you feel more empowered and you can connect the dots and understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish with marketing. And I want to help you actually build the pieces of your marketing machine. And that's why I've created a new membership, a monthly membership for farmers called Farm Marketing School. Now, if you've been following me for any length of time, you know my backstory. I was not always this marketing maven that people think I am today. I really struggled with farm marketing in my early years as a farm business owner. Like the first 8 years, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just sort of trying to sell a CSA because my husband wanted to do a CSA, and I took on that role, and I had no idea what a sales funnel was. I didn't know there were sales principles. I just remember being put in charge of that marketing element, and I was totally underqualified. I felt powerless. We struggled with cash flow, and I felt like it was all my fault because I couldn't figure out how to get the sales to come in. I didn't have someone guiding me. I didn't even know there was a framework that you could follow that would create loyal clients. And that's when I finally went out and discovered these online marketing strategies from mentors that were actually outside of the farming space. I had to go to a different industry, and I decided to see if I could make those strategies work in farming. And they did. They worked like gangbusters. And it was so life-changing and so exciting, frankly, that I couldn't wait to tell people. And that's like I started this Facebook group that had like 5 farmers in it for maybe 5 or 6 months because no one knew it was even there. But I didn't care. Whoever was in there, I was like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is so great. And I would just tell my story, and I was sharing what I was learning. And fast forward to today, I now have an awesome podcast where I'm sharing this stuff every week. And I have, an Accelerator Group Coaching program where I teach farmers some of this stuff to help them build their businesses strong. But I didn't know that stuff at first. And I guess what I'm trying to point out is that I don't think that this is taught to farmers. A lot of farmers don't learn this marketing stuff. They just want to get going and get out into the field and start growing their crops or like raising their animals. And then they find out later, oh, I have to actually sell it. And that isn't quite as intuitive. And it's not your fault. Like, you just didn't maybe go to business school. I didn't go to business school. I didn't learn this stuff. So somebody needs to teach us this, right? And that's why I wanted to start Farm Marketing School, so that I could teach other farmers the marketing fundamentals, these online marketing tactics that build a profitable business. I remember what it was like floundering around without a playbook. And I know that you need a playbook. I want to give you a playbook. I want to teach you these principles. So Farm Marketing School has a couple of purposes. First, I want you to learn the fundamentals of marketing and find your voice and get clarity on what you should even be doing and what is the framework and what are the parts that need to be there, right? And then I also want to help you actually get the work done. I want to help you actually make the farm marketing assets that are required to help you make money in your business. And I don't want to help you make 8 million farm marketing assets. I want to help you make the minimum ones, right? Like, I don't want to make this hard. Let's just do what's good enough to make the money that you need. And that's sort of the goal of Farm Marketing School, to teach you the fundamentals so that you feel confident and you understand what's going on. You can connect the dots. and then to show you the strategies like, hey, here's a class on how to actually build a really great weekly email. Let me teach you the ropes and let's practice it for 4 weeks in a row for this 30-day period, right? Where we focus on one element at a time and you slowly put the pieces together. So it's really all about learning what is the sales system and then executing it little by little. So I do this right now with my Accelerator program. If you've listened to me talk about Accelerator, this is my small group coaching program where we have been doing this for the last year. I've been building marketing projects with them month by month and holding their hand, guiding them. We have a group coaching call once a month as well after I teach it to them. After I give them the resource guide, we meet up and we have hot seats and we talk through and we look at their work and we give them critiques and we hold them accountable and they have accountability pods and then we have a mastermind session. Like that's what I'm doing right now with Digital Farmer. And that's what I love. I love coaching farms to work through this process and it's very high touch. But I want to create another way for farmers who can't be an accelerator because I can only help 20 people. Like I just can't do that kind of high touch experience with more than 20 people. But the stuff that's inside of Farm Marketing School, these workshops that have been built, these classes are really good. And if you're a DIY type person, like if you're a DIYer and you're willing to just watch the class and take the resource folder and do it yourself, like some of you are going to get a ton of value from this. And so I thought, I'm going to try offering, what if I just offered that element to a bunch of people and I called it Farm Marketing School. And so that's what I want to do this off season. I am opening up the doors to the workshop recordings of these different marketing projects that I have been building over the last year with Accelerator. And each month we've been creating a new class, a new focus on one marketing element month by month and building that piece. So let me just kind of explain to you how the Farm Marketing School works. This is a membership. So this is a monthly membership program. You can just join for 1 month and then cancel, or you can just join for 2 or 3 months here in the off season and work through binge as much stuff as you can in the Farm Marketing School archives and then cancel, or you can choose to stay in longer. It's totally up to you. But this is an on-demand library of marketing workshops, 30-day marketing workshops where each one is focused on one element of marketing where you learn all about that and you practice it or you build it for 30 days until you feel like you've gotten better at it, until you've optimized that element in your business, okay? And by the end of those 30-day periods, you've got one new marketing asset to show for it. You can say, hey, I built my lead magnet, right? You can check that off the list and then you can go to the next project and put the next element in place. So here's what comes with, like these are the deliverables that come with Farm Marketing School. Number one is you get a digital library of 10 plus marketing project plans that are in there right now. They're going to help you actually build out these different marketing assets step by step. There are recordings. These are the recordings that were made with the Accelerator members. And so you'll just get access to the recording itself. They're about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes long, okay? You can watch them whenever you want. They're on demand for your convenience. You want to watch them at 2 a.m. in the morning? You can, okay? You also get a resource folder. And this is, this is kind of hard to describe, but each project has a resource folder with different stuff in it. Some of them are like a swipe file of examples for, let's say, your email nurture sequence. Like you have no idea how to write an email nurture sequence. Well, I coach you through how to do that in the class, but then I give you an example of one so that you can see what it would look like. Or I give you some prompts for how to actually start writing your own version. It might be like a tech video. If there's one specific tech element that's kind of tricky for that workshop and I need to show you that might be in the resource folder, right? So it's just meant to be this thing that shortcuts the process of actually making the asset. Okay, so those are the actual deliverables that come with it. You also get my Marketing Foundations crash course. So when you first come in, I have a really good onboarding process for people. Since Farm Marketing School is the DIY version of Accelerator, and I can't hold your hand and like walk you through and give you one-on-one feedback in real time, I needed to create something in here so that it could be more DIY, right? So you could walk it yourself. So there is a foundations crash course that gives you the overview of the key marketing principles and the framework that drives it all. And I feel like, frankly, that's totally worth the first the first month's value. It's a place, if you don't know a lot about marketing principles, that's going to be really helpful for you. And I encourage everyone who first goes in to watch that first, to resist the urge to go jump right into a project, but watch that first so that you see the whole picture and you can start connecting dots. Because then when you go inside and start building your different pieces, you're like, oh, that's why I'm building this piece, because it's going to get at this element in the framework, right? You're also given a marketing assessment guide. In the early, when you first come in, I encourage you to take that marketing crash course and then take the marketing assessment guide. And that will help you audit your current sales process and figure out like what's working, what am I actually doing right now, or what are the problems, how are they manifesting? And it'll help you identify, oh, the reason you're having this happen right now is because you don't have this piece in place. And you need to go build this project, right? It'll help you identify what to work on first, and also to know when you're done. Like, when can I graduate and leave from marketing school? When have I got all the pieces there? And Farm Marketing School also gets you into the Facebook group where my accelerators are hanging out. And that's something I thought long and hard about, but since I don't have a regular touch point where you get to like connect with farmers in Farm Marketing School, I'm like, well, I need to give you a place where you can actually talk to each other and meet up if you want. So you can go in there, ask questions, and try and get feedback from people that are in there and connect with other people that are in Farm Marketing School too. Now, I do have a live Q&A Zoom meetup every quarter for folks who are in Farm Marketing School. And so those Q&As are just meant for you to come to the room and ask questions either of me or any of the other marketing school members and connect with people and share ideas and troubleshoot. Now, there's new content that drops every single month into Farm Marketing School. So basically a whole new project will release. And the content of the topics are driven by what the accelerators request. So, for example, this coming November, one of my founder group, which is still in existence, they wanted to work on offers. Like, how can we practice making better offers, optimizing our offers? We want to make more money. I'm like, well, if you want to make more money, you got to make more offers. So let's practice offers. And so it's an offer challenge, and the workshop is going to be all about teaching how do you make a great offer? What are the elements of a great offer? What are the different levers that you can pull to make your offer better? And then every week there's an offer challenge. There's some parameters that I'm going to send them through an email, and I'm going to say, hey, this week I want you to build an offer using one of the 3 following parameters. And then they're going to play in their sandbox. They're going to experiment. They're going to come back and report what did they learn. And they'll do that for 4 weeks in a row. And in the process, they're going to get exposed to all different kinds of ways you can build offers and hopefully learn some things about how they can make more revenue. Okay, so that's an example of a fun project that we're doing live together here in November. So at the end of November, when that's complete and that recording is done, that workshop recording and the workshop resource folder that Accelerator built will go into Farm Marketing School and be accessible to future Farm Marketing School members. Okay. If you're good at self-motivation, if you're a DIYer and you can kind of hold yourself accountable, like, I feel pretty confident that these resources are going to help you. Now, you might be wondering, well, what are the projects that are in there right now? So right now there are 10 marketing quote unquote playbooks. Remember, they continue to grow. So if you're listening to this in the future, they're going to be more than that. And the way you can figure out what they are, you can go to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS for Farm Marketing School. And you'll be able to scroll down and see a listing of all the current ones that are in there. I will be updating that. But I'll go through them right now. There's a sales funnel audit class, and that's actually the very first one that I encourage everyone to take. This will allow you to audit your sales funnel and then optimize. You'll actually create a roadmap for your optimized sales funnel. How do you want people to be moving through your business? What pipes in the pipeline do you need to make sure get added because they're not there right now and water's gushing out, right? Where are the holes? And once you have that map in place, then you can look at what are the projects that are currently in Farm Marketing School Where do I want to start? Which pipe am I building first? Okay, so the sales funnel audit, there's the email nurture sequence project. And this is where you're building your email nurture sequence. I'll show you exactly how to do that, and you get that done in 30 days. There's the website homepage makeover, where you really look at the messaging of the homepage of your website and you rebuild that. That one, I feel like that one is a little bit longer than 30 days. But if you've already got a decent website and you just need to optimize it, that can be done in less than 30 days. The lead magnet challenge. So this is where you build your first lead magnet and get it connected to the internet so that you can start collecting subscribers. Building your onboarding email sequence. A lot of people are like, what? Really? But this is one of the first things I actually think people should pay attention to, because when somebody buys your product, this is the first thing that happens to them after they buy. And so you want to have a really good process for taking care of the customer and giving them a good first experience. Otherwise, you lose them out the back door and retention tanks. So this is a retention strategy to have a really good onboarding process. The next project that I have here on the list is building a promotion calendar. That's a really, really good one. It was very popular. Customer Research Bootcamp. This wasn't actually a project that I did with Accelerator, but it was a course that I built many years ago that basically allows you to research your ideal customer and learn who they are, what they value, what they're all about. And it walks you through the process of how to actually research them. This is like gold. And so I put it into Farm Marketing School because I feel like it's such an important thing to spend some time doing at some point in your business. The earlier, the better. Planning your first field to table dinner. That was also a workshop that I offered at one point. And so I have that now in Farm Marketing School. Setting up your Google business profile, and then the weekly email challenge, as well as, that's another project, as well as the Build a Better Offer is the one that'll be dropping at the beginning of December. Okay, so those are right now the marketing projects. I have lots of other ideas on the horizon, like building your sales email sequence is one of them. Updating your product descriptions in your online store is another project that's on the horizon for me. There's tons of more ideas that will continue to populate, but just know that when you join Farm Marketing School, you get access to all of them that are currently in there, current and future projects, and you can decide which one you want to do. Now, each of those marketing projects includes 3 parts. So your goal each month is to pick one and then build that element within 30 days. And I do a really good job of making it doable. I don't make this so hard that you can't get it done in 30 days, especially if you're a DIYer. You're going to have that resource kit to help you, right? So you get the monthly live workshop recording that teaches the class, and then you'll have a resource drop. I call it a resource drop, but it's basically some kind of element that's going to help you get that homework assignment done faster. So it might be a PDF of website examples to help you figure out how to build your own website homepage. It could be a swipe file of email copy if you're building your email nurture sequence. It could be a Canva template to help you get started on your own design. And you also get a project planner timeline that's going to help guide you through the steps so that you don't miss anything. Okay. And then I offer quarterly Q&As over Zoom. So the community of FMS farmers has a chance to connect and share what they're learning in a community Zoom call where you can ask questions, you can share aha moments, you can get advice, you can share what's working in your business, and just network with people. I don't know if this is intriguing you yet, but hopefully you can see how this membership has potential to really help move the needle for you. One of the things I love is that you can literally come in here in the off season if you're like a lot of farmers I know, the off season is when you're working on this stuff. You've got 3 months to give to this. And so you can just join Farm Marketing School for 1 month or 2 months, pick 1 or 2 projects that you're going to focus on. And then when you're done, you can cancel your membership. Your membership will also come with that marketing assessment that I talked about. So when you first come in, you're given I coach you to please take this assessment tool and go through it and identify what's working well, what's not working well. And there's also the Marketing Foundations crash course that is going to really help spell it all out for you, so that you learn the marketing lingo and to make sure you're working on the right first projects. It's a 90-minute class, and I think that, frankly, it's worth the price of the first month membership all on its own. As a bonus, I'm also including my new email marketing course for farmers. This is kind of my other signature course. I've always wanted to make an email marketing course because it's something I'm really good at and that I love. It's also, I think, one of the most important marketing skills that you should be mastering. If you want to drive revenue into your business, it's one of the easiest ways to do that. And so if you're going to spend some time learning a skill, I feel like that's one that's worth learning. So this email marketing for farmers course is only inside Farm Marketing School. I don't offer it any other way. And so you learn the foundations behind writing great emails that people look forward to opening, and that actually convert. You can use that then as a jumping off point to help you with some of the specific 30-day playbooks or projects like the weekly email challenge or the email onboarding sequence challenge. If this sounds like something you want to try, can you tell I'm excited about it? I've been wanting to do something like this for like over a year. And so now it's finally the time when I get to release it to the world. And I think it's going to be really helpful to those of you who, like I said, are DIYers, who are just good at coming in, watching a class, working on it, getting it done. And that's who I've designed this for. So to learn more about how to sign up, you can go to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS. That's for Farm Marketing School. You can read all about what the program includes. And I want to make sure that I'm clear that this is not Accelerator. So this is like the DIY version of Accelerator, okay? So it's using the same workshop content and workshop projects that my Accelerator members have access to, but you do not have access to the group coaching or the mastermind elements. Those recordings are not included, and there's the networking potential inside of the Facebook group. And every 3 months when we get together for a Zoom call, the community time in the Zoom call there every quarterly, but there is not that group coaching, I'm holding your hand kind of element. If you want that, that's what Accelerator is really about. If you really want that accountability piece, that's the value add from Accelerator. So mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS is the place to go to check that out. You can enroll for 1 month. You can stay in there for the whole winter season. But just make sure you know it's a month-to-month type of thing. So if you want to cancel, that's totally cool. Just make sure you do it before your 30 days are up. So to get started, head to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS, enroll. And I encourage you to first go and watch the marketing crash course and that customer value journey class, so you get the overview of the marketing foundations, and then take that assessment to figure out, what does my current sales pipeline look like? What do I need to be working on first? And then go build your first project based on your results. I can't wait to hear what you think of it, and I can't wait to continue to invest in you guys. I love to teach. I love marketing, and I love collecting people around me who want to talk about this and share that energy with all of you. Thanks for tuning in today. Again, head to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS to check out Farm Marketing School. Today's show notes can be found at mydigitalfarmer.com/237. And if you liked this episode, or if you want to share this episode with another farmer, please go grab the link and text it to someone you know, or email them about this episode. I would also love it if you'd consider leaving me a rating or a review on Apple Podcasts. Let me know what you think of the show. Now, if you want to get onto my email list, don't forget I have some free stuff that I would love to send your way to help you get better at your marketing. You can go to mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe to grab that. Thanks for joining me today, you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.